Salem never sleeps, and in the next 2 weeks, Days of Our Lives promises to drag every hidden truth into the light. From a child's tragic accident to a father's breaking heart. From forbidden science in the DiMera lab to the resurrection of a name that should have stayed buried, Stefano DiMera. The line between love, loyalty, and madness will blur once again. And by mid-November, no one will walk away unchanged. So grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's dive into the chaos, because the next chapters in Salem's story are about to explode with pain, passion, and impossible choices. This is not just another week. This is the calm before the storm. It begins, as all tragedies do, with love that isn't enough. Inside the foster home, the air is heavy with sorrow. Leo Stark holds baby Tesoro one last time, whispering promises he can't keep. Javi Hernandez stands beside him, silent tears tracing down his face. They fought for this child, dreamed of a future that now belongs to someone else. The social worker's knock feels like a verdict. The moment the door opens, the world shifts, because standing there are Johnny and Chanel, glowing with hope and trembling with awe. They cradle the baby and call him by his new name, Trey, short for John III. A name that carries the weight of legacy, of family, of redemption. John Black smiles when he hears it, unaware of the ripples this decision will send through Salem. To everyone else, it looks like a happy ending. A child finds a home. A couple becomes a family. But in Salem, joy is never simple. Beneath the tears and congratulations, unseen threads tighten, jealousy, regret, secrets waiting to surface. Because while one family celebrates new beginnings, another quietly shatters in the shadows. And the love surrounding Trey's arrival may soon be tested by a storm no one sees coming. What started as laughter has become a nightmare. The streets of Salem are still buzzing from Halloween night, but the masks are off now, and the truth is horrifying. A prank gone wrong, a pumpkin tossed for fun, and a life nearly lost. Rachel Black, smug and fearless, admits at first, it was her idea. Thomas DiMera just followed along. Just a joke, she shrugs. But her eyes glimmer with the same cold confidence that once defined her parents. Kat Green could have died that night, yet Alex Kuriakis was the one who took the hit, knocked unconscious, bloodied, and broken amid the chaos. When he wakes, he remembers flashes of light, a scream, and Rachel laughing in the distance. Brady Black's fury is volcanic. He grounds Rachel on the spot. No phone, no friends, no freedom. But discipline means nothing to a child who's already learned to manipulate consequences. Rachel doesn't flinch. She studies him, like a future DiMera queen, already planning her next move. Meanwhile, guilt devours Thomas. Chad's lecture turns desperate, words sharpened by fear. You could have killed someone. Tears, shouting, confusion. Then Thomas runs. Headlights, a horn, and a sound Salem will never forget. In one split second, a father's world collapses, and innocence, once lost, may never return. There are moments that divide a man's life, before the scream, and after. For Chad DiMera, that scream belongs to Jennifer Horton. She's the first to reach Thomas, motionless, pale, his small hand limp in the streetlight's glow. Chad drops to his knees, his voice cracking, repeating the same word over and over. Thomas, please. Please wake up. The sirens are distant at first, but they grow louder, matching the pounding in his chest. When the medics arrive, Chad refuses to move, clinging to his son until they pry him away. At Salem University Hospital, time stops. The bright lights, the smell of antiseptic, the rush of doctors, it all fades to static. Through the glass, Chad watches machines breathe for his boy. He doesn't speak. He can't. Every memory, every fight, every missed bedtime, floods back in waves of guilt so sharp it could kill him. Jennifer stands beside him, whispering prayers she's prayed too many times before. But Chad doesn't hear. He's trapped in the echo of his own failure, a father who wanted to protect but pushed too hard. And as the monitor beeps through the night, one truth sinks in. Sometimes love isn't enough to save you from yourself. Across town, another kind of pain unfolds, the quiet kind that doesn't draw blood, but leaves scars just the same. Xander Kyriakis and Sarah Horton stand face to face for the first time since their divorce papers were signed. The air between them feels frozen, thick with everything unsaid. Once, they burned with passion. Now, their words are sharp, rehearsed, almost mechanical. Sarah's tone is calm, too calm, the calm that comes after breaking 1,000 times. She tells him it's over. Truly over. And for once, Xander doesn't argue. He jokes instead, a weak smirk masking the ache behind his eyes. He tells her he's fine. But his voice betrays him. The silence between them screams louder than any fight ever could. They both know the truth. Their love didn't die, it simply froze to survive. When Sarah walks away, Xander stays behind, staring at the ring in his palm, gripping it like a wound he refuses to heal. And as the shadows lengthen over Salem, another storm begins to stir inside him, one that may pull him back toward the darkness he's fought so hard to escape. Because when a man loses everything he loves, the next thing he loses is control. Beneath the DiMera mansion, where light barely touches the walls, a new chapter of madness begins. While Salem mourns and mends, E.J. DiMera builds his empire in silence, and this time, his ambitions reach beyond business. He summons Gwen von Leuschner to his office, her sarcasm hiding the unease in her eyes. E.J. slides a folder across the desk, his tone dangerously calm. A simple task, he says. Handle it discreetly. Failure is not an option. But it's what happens after she leaves that changes everything. Down in the sub-level lab, the air hums with electricity. Mark Green, young, ambitious, and far too curious, is introduced to him, Dr. Wilhelm Rolf. Alive, focused, ready to begin again. Science, Rolf murmurs, adjusting his gloves, is merely the art of resurrection. Flasks bubble, data screens flash, and the hum of machinery grows louder. Mark watches, unsure whether he's witnessing genius or blasphemy. Then he sees it, a file stamped in red ink, Stefano DiMera, Project Phoenix. The room falls silent as Rolf whispers, "The Phoenix shall rise, once more." And Mark realizes too late, this isn't research. It's resurrection. And once you open the door to the dead, they never go back quietly. Meanwhile, Salem dazzles under the glow of chandeliers and champagne. The grand gala for the new free clinic sparkles with elegance, music, laughter, and the illusion of peace. But behind the smiles, something stirs. A chill, a whisper, the faint echo of footsteps that no one else seems to hear. Marlena Evans senses it first. She pauses mid-conversation, her gaze drifting toward the elevator. The doors open with a soft chime, and out steps Tony DiMera. Or so it seems. Applause breaks out. Cameras flash. Yet Marlena's breath catches. Because while the face is Tony's, the eyes belong to someone else. He moves differently, speaks slower, colder, and when he raises a glass to EJ across the room, a knowing smirk crosses his lips, the kind Andre DiMera used to wear. EJ freezes. Across the ballroom, Mark slips into the crowd, pale as death. He's seen what's downstairs. He knows the truth that no one else dares speak. Something, or someone, has returned. As the music swells, Marlena's warning echo cuts through the noise. When the phoenix rises, joy turns to ashes. And above the glitter and champagne, a shadow watches, smiling. Because in Salem, even the dead RSVP. So what will the next 2 weeks bring to Salem's fragile peace? A boy fighting for his life. A father torn apart by guilt. A woman walking away from love that once defied death. And a legacy awakening in the dark, determined to claim every soul that bears its name. The DiMeras have always believed power is eternal. But power comes with a price. And this time, that price may be blood. Because when science dares to rewrite destiny, the line between miracle and monster disappears. The phoenix is rising, and with it comes everything Salem thought it had buried: deceit, obsession, and the ghosts of the past. From heartbreak to horror, from love to vengeance, one question remains: if Stefano's spirit truly lives again, who will be the first to fall? Stay tuned, because this November, Days of Our Lives proves once more: in Salem, no secret stays buried. No resurrection is innocent, and no one walks away unscathed.